Welcome to another episode of Maths with Azar. We've covered a lot of maths, now we're going to cover a little bit in accounting. Now, a lot of you basically are taking accounting at O level standard, AS level standard. So we're going to be focusing a little bit on A level accounting as well. So we're going to start with the first and foremost basic chapter, which is um, uh, fundamentals of accounting, right? Now, when you talk about accounting, there are two things that come to mind. One is your bookkeeper, and one is your accountant, right? Now, when you talk about the bookkeeper is actually responsible for just recording financial transactions, right? So he's not into what's going on. He's just like, well, somebody's taking the stocks just come in, so he's just going to record that stocks have come in. If stocks have left as sales, he'll be recording it as stocks has left. Cash has gone out, he'll just record that that cash has gone out, right? But when you talk about the accountant is actually the whole and soul of the financial department, right? He's the one who's responsible for interpreting, classifying, analyzing, reporting, and summarizing financial accounting for the financial accounts, right? So he's the one who's actually going to be working on the reports that are be made. He'll be actually be analyzing those reports, and he'll actually be reporting them and summarizing them and probably monitoring them, right? Comparing them with last year to the day before, to the year before that, right? And he's also responsible for preparing financial statements at regular intervals. So after every 6 months, he's making the statements, he's making the profit and loss, he's analyzing how much of cash flow there is, right? Now, why do businesses measure profit and loss? Why is profit and loss so important to businesses? Well, it actually helps to monitor the progress of the business, right? Where it's going, how it's actually, whether it's actually making, whether it's profitable or not, right? And you're able to compare it with previous periods. Like you can see the trend, whether it's actually making a profit, whether sales have gone down, whether the profit has gone down. So you'll be like, why has the profit go down? And at the same time, you can compare it with other competitors, right? A lot of people, when they're into businesses, they want to make more, they want to get more market share. So this is what financial accounts help us, right? So they actually help us to understand where we are compared to our last years and the day before, what trend is going on, and they actually help us understand where we stand compared to the industry, where we stand compared to our competitors, right? And it also helps to make effective decision making, whether we've made too much a profit over the last 10 years, so we should actually expand into something else, whether we should make one more store, whether we should go into investing into more stores or not, whether we should cut back on any expenses, whether there's a lot of loss that has been actually being made, right? So you want to basically cut down on your overheads, which are basically main is HR or your employees, right? And at the same time, you want to calculate the return on capital. You want to understand how much you've invested and how much of return you're getting, right? Because then you can compare it to what you're getting at the bank. If I'm making 20% of, if I've invested 100,000, if I made 20,000 the first year's profit, that means I'm getting 20%. But at the same time, I want to compare that with what I get if I actually put in 100,000 in a bank account, which pays me probably 10% interest. So I'll be like, well, I'll just go on with this business. Or I might say the bank is giving me 30% interest per year. So I might say, well, let me just shut down this business and, invest the money into the bank. Right. Now, when you talk about the accounting equation basically states that whatever assets you have is equal to capital plus liabilities. Assets are those are those things or things which are actually owned by the business. Capital is the amount that you put in as investment, and liabilities is basically liabilities are basically you might get a bank loan or you might get a mortgage, so that's all liability. Any sort of credit that you get, or like any sort of loan that you take, that's a liability. Now, when you talk about assets, assets are resources that are owned by the business, right? When you talk about assets, they can be divided into current assets and fixed assets. Current assets are those assets which are easily converted into cash, right? Or which can be easily converted into liquidity, right? We have inventory, we've got debtors. So all you have to do is probably sell your inventory and you might get cash. You might ring up your debtors and say, we need the money, right? Pay 5% discount. So what do they owe? Around 100%. So you say, okay, fine, pay 95% or 90% of what you owe and we'll call it quits. So that's an easy way of actually getting money in. Cash at bank, obviously that's as liquid as it gets, right? You go to the bank, you take out money, simple cash in your hands, right? Cash in hand, same thing. Now, fixed assets that have life of more than 1 year. When you talk about freehold premises, when you talk about delivery vans and machines, now these are things that will take time to sell. And even if you try to sell it within 6 months, they might not, you might sell it at a loss, right? So they're not easily converted into cash. These are assets which are really fixed and basically we use over a long time period, like your car, for example. That's actually a fixed asset because you use it for 5 to 6 years, 10 years, after which you think about getting a new car. Your house, now, your house is probably something that you live in, so you probably have it for 30 years, 40 years, right? People actually die in their houses, so that's a very, that has a lot of, age in it, or it has a lot of value in terms of years. Liabilities is anything that is owed by the business, or that's something that business owns. So you got current liabilities. Current liabilities are those liabilities which have to be paid within 6 months or within 1 year, right? So this can be creditors, somebody that you owe business to, or which you owe money to, for your purchases. Your income tax, when it actually becomes payable, you can take around 3 to 4 months to pay it in, right? Rent depends on what your understanding is with the landlord. You can, some people don't pay on the spot; they pay it within a month or within 3 months, or so on. Now, long-term liabilities are basically those liabilities which have to be paid, with after 5 years or 6 years or after 1 year. There can be bank loans that you've taken, the mortgages that you've taken, right? Now, capital is basically, it's actually something, resources that is provided by the owner, right? It's like the investment made by the owner, right? And it's actually considered liability to the business, which means that the business owes the owner money, right? So because he's invested 100,000 into the business owes him 100,000, right? Now, here's a few examples here. We have is Mikhail starts a business by opening a bank account by depositing 60,000 pounds into the bank account. So asset is 60,000, which is cash in hand, and the capital is 60,000, and obviously he started with no liability, which is a good thing. So you can see that assets is equal to capital plus liabilities being balanced here. Now he buys a warehouse for 20,000. So he has 60,000 into the bank. So he uses 40,000. So he still has 40,000 into the bank account, and he uses 20,000 out of the 60,000 to buy the warehouse. So now he has a fixed asset and he's got cash in hand, current asset and fixed asset. So that all amounts to 60,000. Now, if you look at the liabilities, capital plus liability side, his investment is still 60,000, right? and obviously he's got no liability, so that's 0. Now he actually purchases goods on credit for 4,000 on credit. So now what is happening is he's got 40,000 in cash in hand, 20,000 in warehouse, and he's got 4,000 stocks. That's 64,000. Now the capital is still 60,000, and his liability is actually increased to 4,000 because he owes money to the creditors or the person he's actually taken the merchandise or the goods from.